Yo, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to talk to you about the new Spiral Abyss that reset last week, last Saturday. I already made a few videos about it, but today I'm going to give you a few tips, especially for floor 12 to make it easier for you basically. There's like a few things to know for each chamber, especially 12-1 and 12-3 that can help you a lot to make those fights easier and also to have a bit more flexibility with your teams, etc. So I'm gonna tell you all you need to know to make this super easy. You don't really need crazy teams or crazy DPS, honestly. This time around, they put this guy on 12-1, so he's a bit easier. And then the rest, honestly, like 12-2 doesn't have that much HP. Can be a bit tricky here. And then 12-3, the guy, the People Pan Idol is really, really easy with almost any team. And the Nalan boss, there's a little trick for the pillars that we've already seen in the past, but I'm going to explain it again. And yeah, that's basically it, honestly. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to check out the Twitch, join the Discord if you need help with Abyss, Stygian, Withering Waves, other games, etc. And yeah, let's get into it. So first, the Blessing of the Abyssal Moon is basically just a bit more extra damage every time you do Hydro-related reactions. So yeah, the classic shockwave that deals true damage. It's not like a massive amount of damage, but it helps a lot. I mean, it helps a little bit, so it's not that bad. And then after that, on floor 11, you got electro damage bonus. Floor 11 is kind of whatever. Just bring anything, honestly. And then floor 12, first half you got electro charge and lunar charge damage increased by 75%, so really inefficient, but any electro charge team is gonna work just fine. And then second half, Night Soul line damage bonus, so Nalan characters are gonna perform better, but it's not really needed. You can check my last video. I did the 4 stars only clear, the same as usual. We used Taser Sucrose first half with Oron, Beidou, Xingqiu, and then second half we did Overload Fischl, the classic, and it worked just fine. Honestly, it was a bit challenging, but it wasn't really like too complicated. So yeah. Right. So for the first chamber, the main thing you need to know is that you should always focus the main Eremite. So you got 12 Eremites that spawns one after the other. But the next big Eremite only spawns once you kill the first big one. So you always want to focus either the Dendro Eremite or the Geo Eremite that spawns afterwards. You see here, I'm gonna kill her real quick. And then once you kill her, the next Geo Eremite is gonna spawn, and you can. And those are the tankiest ones, so you really want them to spawn as fast as possible, so you can kill them as soon as possible, and then the other small Eremites, if you have a little bit of AoE or stuff like that, they're basically gonna die while you're focusing the other one. So always focus the big one. And you can see here, boom, after the Geo guy is dead, the Dendro Eremite spawns. And if you only kill the side ones, the big ones are never gonna spawn. Basically, you can see here. If I'll try to kill the small ones first. Hopefully the other one doesn't die. You can see here, every time you kill the small ones, the other small ones spawn, but not the big one. So if I kill the small one here as well, you see everyone's dead except the big one, but the other. There's still 3 enemies left, so you really want to focus the big one, so the tankiest one spawns early as possible in the run. And yeah, and every time you kill the big one, boom, the next one spawns. So that's the main trick here. Always focus the big one. The other ones are going to follow, and yeah. If you're using Oron, I don't know if I talked about it in my previous 4 stars only clear video, but if you use Oron, it's pretty good. Oron is really great in this stage to taunt all the Eremites together, but you just gotta be careful when the Geo Eremite spawns the Crocodile. With the AI of the enemy, if you use your Oron burst before he spawns, it will think that the enemy is far and he's gonna dash and then get super far away from the fight, and then it will waste a lot of time because those Eremites gain resistance when their Pokemon is spawned or their like monster is spawned. So you really want to kill that monster as fast as possible as well. Now for the second half, here, the only issue with this stage is that you got the Pyro monster here. So if you bring Mawika, if you bring Alikino, if you want to try Gaming or stuff like that, it's a little bit tricky because, I mean, it has Pyro Res. And it's kind of hard to, like, melt on this guy. It has a really, it has, like, a Pyro Aura, almost perma. So Mawika is still, I would say, the best option for the second half of this Abyss. Just because the buff is massive. And she still has insane amount of damage anyway, so it's not gonna matter that much, as you can see here. But yeah, just gotta be a bit careful with that Pyro guy. And after that, we got the same Yumkazor, Mountain King, as usual. This guy, the main trick with this is just to make sure you apply Pyro on the balls that he's gonna spawn, on the explosive bombs here. And then you can see they explode, and then boom, they deal a lot of damage. If you apply Hydro or Cryo on the boss, the explosions of those bombs will melt or vape depending what element you apply to the boss. So that can be a trick as well. You can use Xingqiu or like Rosaria, Silali, and stuff like that to apply Cryo or Hydro, and then it's gonna melt or vape on the boss. After that here, basically same thing, honestly, like, it's waves of 3 enemies again, so 12 in total, and every time you kill one, the other ones are gonna spawn, and, I mean, you basically just want to AoE as much as possible. That's why Electrocharge is really good. You got a lot of F2P options in terms of, like, Electrocharge teams, so I will go over the teams after that, but you can see here, of course, I'm using Inifa, which is Giga Shield for this Abyss, and is the best option, but it's basically working almost the same with any Electrocharge team, honestly. So you just do that, and then on the last wave, it's those 3 guys. So these guys can be a bit tricky to deal with because they have like a really weird AI. It's really hard to group them. If you have Oron, he's gonna be pretty nice actually here, but otherwise Electrocharge is still gonna be able to deal pretty good damage to them together, and you shouldn't struggle too much in terms of like grouping. They're not gonna go too far anyways. So yeah, that's basically it for this one. And I will go over all the Electrocharge teams that I would recommend for this Abyss on the first half. You got a lot of options with or without Inifa, so don't worry about that. And then here, basically, you want to have your burst for this guy. You wanna be able to like melt with your Mawika if you're able to, but even if you're not able to melt, the white shield on this boss takes a lot of extra damage from Night Soul damage. So it's really easy to kill if you have any Night Soul Nightline characters like Kinich, Chaska, Mwalani, and stuff like that. So Mawika is going to destroy it as well, even with the Pyro Res. And then after that, we got that good old chicken Dendro boss. Not much to say on this guy. You can bring Electro if you're struggling a little bit. Damn, that scream was crazy. You can bring the Electro a little bit if you feel like you're struggling, but any Vape Meld team is going to take care of that boss really, really easily. I managed to clear that with like, I'll probably make a video with like a ton of teams that I tried during my streams, but I managed to clear with Hutao, Xingqiu, Official, the second half, so like it doesn't have that much HP. And then the last chamber, we got that Pipil Plan Idol. I already made a video about it for the Stygian Onslaught. But basically at the start, it's going to transform into a hat. You can follow the hat with the golden trail you see when it moves. And basically you want to apply as much Hydro Electro to proc Electrocharge on this boss. It's going to break the shield really fast the more Electrocharge you do. And the more Electrocharge you do, the more damage is going to take once you break it. Here, you see 1.2 million. This was with Inifa. On average, I would say it's probably going to be around like 800k, something like that, when you have like a normal Electrocharge team, which is still a lot of damage. And you can see that it really does not have a lot of HP. It really does not have a lot of HP. So if you have like a decently invested team, if you have Inifa, like maximum 1 minute clear for this boss. If you don't have Inifa, I would say like 1 minute 115 should be really doable. And yeah, Electrocharge. You can also do some stuff with like Overload, etc. I made a video with Varisa Overload against this boss as well. It still works here. Also, it only goes in the hat phase once, so you won't need to like wait for a second phase. But yeah, Electrocharge and Overload are going to work fine. You can still brute force with very high DPS teams like Skirk and stuff like that. But preferably Electrocharge. And then finally, last boss, we got the Nalan boss that we haven't seen in a while, actually. I mean, in a while. It's been like 3 patches or something like that. So here, when you use Nalan characters, it will fill the gauge that was at the right side of his HP. And then once you fill the gauge, it will go into this laser attack. And then it will spawn the pillars. You see those pillars here? If you don't have Nalan characters, if you don't have anything to go up, you can use like other characters like that. So you can see here, I can climb a little bit. Bennett is not the best one for this, but you can see it's doable. So mid-size female characters are gonna work really good for this. Very short characters like Nahida or Yansan or whatever are gonna work very good for this climb as well. You can do with taller on the other side, but I feel like this left pillar here. So when you're facing the boss, is gonna be the right pillar. When you're on the same side of the boss, is gonna be left pillar. The shortest characters work the best, and also this left pillar here, I feel like works the best. And then otherwise, any Nalan character that can climb, like Shilonen, Mawika, Silali, Oron, yeah, Chaska, stuff like that. You can use Kazuha, you can use Zhongli pillar to climb those pillars, and you just break the thing at the top, and then it's GG. So yeah, not too complicated, not crazy mechanics, pretty easy. You can do it without Nalan characters. The boss has high resistance before you prog the pillar phase, so that's the only thing. Like, it's not gonna take that much damage, but yeah, I mean, even like with overload teams and stuff like that, it works just fine as well. So I think Silali can do it pretty well here. You go to that pillar. Oh, you want to go to that pillar here, and then look your camera this way, like, and then perpendicular, and then you can climb. Make sure you really stay close to the pillar, all right? And yeah, you can see that was pretty easy. 500k, no Bennett. And yeah, that's basically it for this abyss. So pretty straightforward in terms of bosses. Like most bosses we've seen before. The pupil pies in the Stygian, so we already made like a guide and stuff like that. So let me know if you have any more questions regarding the gameplay. Now, regarding the best teams, there are a lot of options. You can play almost anything in this abyss, which is very nice. I'll try to go over fast. I realize like I take a lot of time with the best teams in most of my videos. I need to go fast, actually. So any electrocharge teams are going to be insane first half. Can be Raiden electrocharge, can be Chlorine electrocharge, can be Varesa electrocharge, even without NFA. You can add double Hydro, Farina Yelan, Farina Xingqiu, Yelan Xingqiu. You can do Navi electrocharge with like Oron or Official or any combo of Hydro Electro, even just 2 Hydro Electro. I managed to clear this abyss with Duo, NFA C0, and a Yato C0, and then second half I just did Mawika Selali, I think, or something like that, C0 both. So this abyss doesn't have a ton of HP. Any electrocharge first is going to work. If you have a very good Skirk team, I managed to brute force with this like pretty easily, actually. Skirk Farina, Escoffier, Shenhe, you can do Varesa Overload or Clongan Overload as well. It's not as good with the Overload because like it kind of mess up the grouping with this, but it's still fine. You can brute force with Alikino, kind of still have some electrocharge in the team, like Fischl, Xingqiu, or something like that, but it works fine. You can brute force with almost any team if you have like a billion damage, like if you have constellations or whatever. Like this boss can be brute force with anything. Just break the hat and then you kill it. And then yeah, otherwise there's no like elemental shield first half or elemental resistance or whatever. So it's really like you can play anything. And then second half, it's going to be either Mualani team who's going to be the best option. Like Mualani is really perfect here. She can vape here, she can vape here. You have Pyro for the Mountain King. She can clear everything here. She's really good against this guy as well, single target. So Mualani is insane. She can work first half as well. If you have a very good Mualani, you can also brute force this. Mawika, Vape, Melt is going to be insane. Alikino, Vape, Melt is also going to be pretty good. You can do... Kinich second half is going to be super good as well. Varesa, Chaska is going to be great too. Risley Melt is going to be good. You have like basically anything. You can use basically anything. Even like Skirk on the second half. Honestly, you can legit brute force like any decent Skirk team. Even without Escoffier, you will have enough damage. There's really not that much HP. You can do even Shao can work. Navia with Double Pyro and Shilonen is going to be super good too on the second half. And yeah, I mean, I give you the best teams right now, but basically anything like, I mean, as long as you have like decently built characters and stuff like that, like you got a lot of flexibility in this abyss. So have fun. Honestly, that's my main tips. Have fun. This it's been a long time since we could have like actual like good fun in the abyss when we can try like a lot of different teams. So I like this one quite a bit. In terms of 4 stars only team, I didn't have a lot of options. I didn't find a lot of options. First half is going to be Taser with you can mix Oron, Cookie, Fischl, C6 Conde, Xingqiu, stuff like that. Second half, Overload, or you can do like um, you can do Fischl, Bennett, Shangling, Xingqiu, stuff like that. I tried Melt with Rosaria Kaya. It wasn't super good. I was struggling a little bit. But I don't know. Maybe I should try a bit more. But yeah, you got a lot of options still. So overall, pretty nice abyss. Lots of flexibility. And yeah, I think that's it. Next video after this guide is probably gonna be my duo clear, and then probably a bunch of teams that I tried on stream together, and then after that, I'm not sure. We'll see. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, activate the notification, drop a like, a comment to help with the algorithm. I would really appreciate. Helps the channel a lot and makes me happy. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.